Good morning, dear students. Welcome back again with a new session of Science 1, lesson number 14 Substances in Common Use. Last time we have discussed about how soap is being prepared with the help of sodium or potassium hydroxide and animal fat. Now, here two type of soap table is being shown here: bathing soap and washing soap. Now, one distinguishing point is being mentioned here. The bathing soap is high grade fats and oils are used as the raw materials, whereas for washing soap, low grade fats and oils are used. Apart from this, there are many other differences that bathing soap are skin friendly. It is not affecting the skin, whereas washing soap it may affect the skin. Apart from the bathing soap is costlier, whereas washing soap is cheaper. So likewise, such differences are there for bathing soap as well as washing soap. Now we are going to discuss about a new subtopic, that is radioactive substances. Now, radioactive substances, the name itself suggests radiations are being emitted from a very heavy elements, and these radiations are so powerful that they can penetrate through our bodies. They can penetrate to thin metal sheets. They can easily pass through the cells inside through the cells, and they can change the DNA of the substance, DNA of a cell. To so much harmful it is, so much powerful it is, and it has a great role in our day-to-day life because directly or indirectly we come across radiations. Let's see, and therefore it is necessary to study about radioactive substances. Let's see how they are being used in our day-to-day life. Elements with high atomic mass, high atomic number, such as uranium, thorium, radium, have a property of spontaneously emitting invisible, highly penetrating, and high energy radiation. This property is called as radioactivity. A substance having this property is called a radioactive substance. The nucleus of radioactive element is unsuitable. Radiation occurs from an unstable nucleus. Radioactive substances are relevant to our day to day life. However, before going further, let us inform something more about these substances. Three types of radiations have been given out by radioactive substances. They are alpha, beta, and gamma rays. Nature of radioactive substances. In 1889, Rutherford discovered that radiations emitted by the radium were of two types. They were called as alpha and beta radiation. Villiers discovered the third type, namely gamma radiation. When these rays are allowed to pass through two oppositely charged plates, they get separated. This method was introduced by Sir Rutherford in 1902. Rutherford and Willard studied the radiation emitted by radioactive substances. For this purpose, the rays were allowed to pass through an electrical field and a photographic plate and was held in the path. It was found that radiation was divided into three types. One type of radiation deviated slightly towards negatively charged plate, while the second type of radiation deviated substantially towards a positive charged plate. However, the third type of radiation did not deviate at all in the electrical field. The rays which deviated slightly towards negatively charged plate are called as alpha rays. Those which deviate substantially towards positively charged are called as beta rays, and those which do not deviate at all are called as gamma rays. We can see the diagram with reference to this explanation. Alpha, beta, and gamma rays, and see how they are deviated. Alpha is deviated opposite to or the side of negatively plate or negatively charged electrically charged plates, whereas beta is deviated towards positively charged electrical plates. And you can see the rays now how the deviation is taking place. And gamma rays, there is no deviation observed. Now the characteristics of alpha, beta, and gamma rays. Individually, if it is studied, it is difficult to remember, but while comparing it, it will be easier to remember as well as easy to understand also. So, we'll compare the characteristics of alpha, beta, and gamma simultaneously. First of all, we'll discuss about the nature of alpha, beta, and gamma. Alpha, current of the alpha or helium particles. Current of beta, or it is called as negatively charged particles. And gamma rays, they are electromagnetic radiations. Mass of alpha particles 4.0028 units, whereas mass of beta particles it is 0.000548 units. Gamma rays, since it is not a particle, it is radiation, therefore no mass. Charge, alpha particles it is +2 charge, beta particles -1 charge. Gamma rays, since no deviation is taking place, there is no electrically charge on it. It is electrically neutral. The velocity is 1 upon 5 to 1 upon 20 times the velocity of light, whereas the velocity of beta is 1 upon 5 to 9 upon 10 times the velocity of light. And gamma rays, it is as same as the velocity of light, that is 3 to 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Now, deviation in the electric field. Alpha particles attracted towards negative charge indicates that it is positively charged particles. Beta particles is attracted towards positively charged particle indicates beta is negatively charged particles. Whereas gamma particles does not deviate implies that it does not have any charge. Now the penetrating power. Alpha rays can penetrate an aluminum sheet of thickness of less than 0.02 mm, whereas beta rays can penetrate an aluminum sheet of thickness of 2 mm, which is 100 times the penetration of alpha particles. So, most powerful penetrating power is with the beta rays. Then, can penetrate 15 centimeter thick lead screen, which is 10,000 times the penetration of alpha particles. So, the most penetrating power is with the gamma rays as compared to alpha and beta. Ionization power has the ability to form ions when they pass through it. So ionization power of alpha particle is very high, that of beta particle is very low, and those of gamma also it is very low. Now the power to produce fluorescence for alpha particle is very high, and for beta and gamma rays it is very low and low. Now, as it is of some way it is harmful and some way it is useful, so we are going to study both the parts of it, harmful effects as well as the useful of radioactive isotopes. It is a misconception that radioactive elements are used only for making an atom bomb. Radioactive isotopes are used in various fields such as scientific research, agriculture, industry, medicines, etc. Radioactive substances are used in two ways: by using radiation alone, by using radioactive element itself. Now, to just for the gain of information, you can go through natural radioactive, artificial radioactivity, as well as the isotopes which are useful in various fields. Though this year it is not there in your syllabus, so we'll discuss through that topic which is there in your syllabus. So I'll directly move to the hazards of radioactive substances and radiation. The central nervous system is affected by radioactive radiations. Hereditary defects are generated by the bombardment of radiation on DNA in the body. Radioactive radiations can penetrate the skin and causes diseases like skin cancer, leukemia. Leukemia is nothing but blood cancer. The radioactive pollutants created due to the explosions enter the body through air and it's difficult to control them. The radioactive pollutants released into the sea enter the bodies of fishes, through them enter the human body. Radioactive point at which on the watch can cause cancer also. So you have to be very careful where any of the experiment based on radiation is being done. One harmful effects you can know about the Second World War, where atom bomb was being thrown on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The effects are still effective till now. The radioactive isotope strontium-90 can enter the body through plants, fruits, flowers, cereals, milk, etc., and cause diseases like bone cancer, leukemia. Some chemical substance in our day-to-day life. The foods that we eat, objects like clothes, utensils, watches, medicines, and other objects are made from various kinds of matter. These affect our health directly or indirectly. Let us learn about such substances. A sweet shop looks attractive because of colorful sweets displayed there. Which colors are used in these substances? Edible colors. Doctors gives you medicines which when you fall ill. What are the medicines made from? Definitely they are made from the drugs, chemicals. Food colors and essences. Essence, the fragrance which we get it. Food colors are mixed in the soft drinks and foodstuffs available in the market. These food colors are in the form of powders, gels, paste. Food colors are used in domestic as well as commercial products. Certain colors and essences are added to ice cream, ice candies, sauce, fruit juices, cold drinks, pickles, jam, and jelly. Food colors are often found to be added to the packed meat, chicken, mutton, chili powder, turmeric, sweets, and other similar substances so as to give them a good color. Now, the harmful effects. If they have useful effects, at the same time, they are also having some harmful effects. What are those harmful effects? Food colors added to pickles, jams, and sauce contains small quantities of lead and mercury. These can be harmful for those who consume these products on a regular basis. Then, diseases like ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, can affect children due to excessive consumption of foods with added food colors. Remaining part of this lesson, we'll discuss it in the next video. Till then, have a great day.